the adjustments that we just did, which is the button wrap, the revere, break point, break line, in pink so that you can hopefully more clearly see what's happened. We need to do one more thing with the collar before it's complete in terms of the design of it and the fit of it. The leaf edge, which is this outer edge here, needs to be slightly bigger than the edge that gets attached to the garment, and that is so it can sit down over that seam. If you don't do it, and if you look at the tailored jacket block in the studio, it's a very straight collar and it's almost impossible to get that leaf edge to cover the seam here, so we don't want that happening. So what we need to do is expand that outer edge, and there are a couple of methods by which you can do it, and I'm going to show you the slashing method. So I'm going to trace off this piece. I imagine that you will trace it off a little bit more carefully than I'm doing for this demonstration. Up we go. Got the centre back. Bit wibbly wobbly there. There we go, we've got the shape of the collar. Oh, right, not to forget, we're going to need a notch where the shoulder seam is. This notch becomes really important when you're putting the garment back together, or sewing the garment, should I say. Okay, so we've got that, and what we're going to do is we're going to expand that outer edge by about 1.4. So this should be easy for you because it's reminiscent of things that we did in your first year. We're going to slash into that outer edge and open it up. So these slashes should happen forward, or towards the back should I say, of that shoulder notch. And two, absolutely fine. So we're going to slash down to that seam, and then we're going to slash up to where we've slashed down. Sorry, make a growl, and hope that we don't break them off. Right, I've cut myself another bit of paper here to pop in behind, because we want this to have a little bit of stability. First thing I'm going to do is anchor this back bit. So back bit is anchored. Then I'm going to measure over by about 0.7, and I'm going to pivot that round, that next bit of collar, until it hits that point. And then I'm going to anchor that. Lovely. And then we're going to repeat that on the next slash that we've made. Yeah, 1.7. Done. Ready for the next lot of action, because we have to make the under collar from this, and we need to make a facing for the revere. The other thing you might want to do is shape that front. Again, this is a design issue, so it might be that you just want to have curve that sits towards the bottom edge. I'll put this in green. So it has a cutaway front. Lots of tailored jackets do. That cutaway can start from your last button. It can just be what I always think is a bit apologetic. You can just have one that just does that. But I think if I'm going to cut away, I want a good cutaway. But that is entirely up to you. Whatever you decide is what you decide. So okay, we've got the collar ready to trace off, and we have a cutaway on the front. I'm going to stop this recording now, and the next thing we'll do is the facings.